You're tuned in to SuperMegaCast, the only podcast made by brothers for brothers.
Welcome back.
And then what else did he say? Oh yeah, he said he didn't like. He started going into his like sexual preferences, and he told me, and I didn't ask for any of this, dude. He just like went straight into it. He was like, I really don't like. He said just like he goes, I don't like Asian girls, to tell you the truth. And I was like, oh,
Was this guy white?
yeah.
Okay.
Large, which surprised me because as like an overweight white man, I would have thought he would have loved Asian girls. And I was like, oh, I mean, hey man, to each his own. And he's like, they're too squeaky for me. And I was like,
squeaky.
That's what he said. He said they're too squeaky. I was like, squeaky.
Does he only watch porn?
Yeah,
Has he never had legitimate sex with an Asian
That's
woman
the thing
before?
is I think that he only like his idea of Asian women is from like porn.
Yeah.
And like he's like, they squeak during sex, and I'm just not into that because as a 345-pound man, that's not really for me. And I was like, yeah, okay,
in the
man.
porn, they're like,
and like I think
you're not allowed to use nuclear weapons anymore,
no, that's like
Definitely.
off limits in the whole world.
or chemical weapons.
And that's why they put sanctions on North Korea because it's like North Korea is using these like testing nukes. I thought the world agreed not to do that, so
I don't think you're allowed to use laser beams either.
no, laser beams are banned because it's so funny how it's like, all right, guys, there's this thing called war where we all kill each other, and that's the goal is to kill each other. But there's certain things we can't kill each other with because it's too mean.
It's too unfair.
You got to kill within the fair limits.
The United States stepped over the line.
Couple times.
Now we see where the line is.
So no one else can do it.
It's like, was the United States seriously just kind of like the kid that just goes into the sandbox, kicks sands in people's faces, and it's like, okay,
No one else can do that.
that's against the rules now.
Yeah, well, that's so true. Oh man,
Any way of support you guys show, thank you so much.
we appreciate it.
I still sometimes don't understand why, because I see myself as just some guy that happened to land here.
Same.
But here I am. So, and people seem to fucking enjoy it for some reason. I don't know. It's just that I can't get past it.
It's weird.
I can't get
Same,
past
man.
it.
I still can't. Like here I am in your life. Here you are in mine.
Yes, we have the sweet life.
Most of the time, you and me, we gotta walk the street, so come on down!
One time when I was a small little boy, my cousin had a trampoline in his backyard.
Oh God,
I love this trampoline.
One of
We
my
all
most
love this
painful stories
trampoline.
too is a trampoline story.
And so, that move you do, I gotta stand up to because I gotta explain it to Matt. And maybe Matt can help me explain it into words for you guys.
All right, I'll translate it.
So, that move where you you jump down on your knees like this?
Yeah,
on the
you
trampoline,
you
so
jump
you can
and
jump back up and do a front flip back onto your feet.
Yep, exactly.
I was going for that, but I launched myself off from the far left side of the trampoline, which means I didn't go up. It means I went forward.
Uh-oh.
But my knees were already in place to go down.
Oh shit!
So I landed perfectly my knees on the metal bar at the end of the trampoline, and then I fell off of the trampoline after that. And I'm just like, ah! When you're a kid and you just belt out and
You just gotta scream, man.
My aunt came, Connor just went running into the house, just like, and then my aunt came, what's wrong? And I'm just like, my legs! I can't feel my legs! Would have been even better if I looked down and it looked like a grenade blew off my legs. Like my legs just exploded from the knee down.
Like the impact just blasted the bottom half of your legs off, like clean off,
like in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, dude, that's an image I'd love to see. Like a freeze frame of you coming down and hitting your knees on the metal bar, and the bottom half of your legs blowing off at like, extraordinary speed. Just
I'm like, and like you hear the sounds of gunfire. What's wrong? There's a group of people that believe the Earth is a fucking plate.
it's like a disc.
And then it's a disc. Sorry, and the sun rotates in a circle over it or some shit.
Do you want to know their explanation of gravity? It's that the disc is constantly moving upwards, so it's pushing us down. But that doesn't explain gravity, because that means that we're being pulled down by something below us still, right?
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense.
Sorry,
I don't want to step on any flat earthers' toes,
Yeah, sorry about that. Just
on.
look it up. God.
How can you believe the Earth is flat in 2017? I'm sorry, I don't want to get... Is that even getting political?
No.
That's just common sense.
If you make flat earthing a bipartisan issue.
Guys, this is an issue that it's really a bipartisan issue.
Like, I'm not a smart person, but I know what love is, and I definitely know that the earth isn't flat.
Oh man, I may not be a smart man,
but I know what love is. And then he doesn't he run out the door or something?
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna run and find the end of the earth.
Matt, do you want to make like an Enchanted-esque movie where it goes back to like Jerusalem? Jesus is having a fun time.
Is it like a musical?
No, and all of a sudden, like, he's in the middle of the desert, and all of a sudden this portal opens up. He's like, what? Then he accidentally trips through it, and he
goes to New York City.
He ends up
like
in New York City.
New York City.
Modern day New York City.
I love that idea, and it's him just trying to like get accustomed and shit.
Yeah,
and the trailer has like fun music.
Yeah,
it's him like trying to eat pizza, and he bites like the crust first.
There's this scene where it's like panning along the side of a wall. It's like people shining shoes, and then there's this one person shining his bare feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. and he runs into a guy, and he sees Jesus in his robes. He's like, "Man, we gotta change your look." And then like it's like they go into the dressing room, and it's like a music montage.
Matt, he has to be transformed there on Halloween night. No, on Halloween day. So during the daytime, you'd have all this goofy stuff. And then when he's walking around during the nighttime in his Jesus get up, people think it's a costume.
And then there's a bunch of like comedic misunderstandings.
And he develops these friends at a party that slowly begin to realize this is the Christ.
This is the real deal.
We need to help get him back to Jerusalem so he can die for our sins
this summer.
That's my favorite plot device ever. Falling through a portal and ending up in modern day real life New York City.
Oh, God.
Okay, odds are you have to leave the room and I have to finish the rest of the podcast by myself.
10.
1, 2, 3, 7.
What? All right. You got a good 10, 12 minutes. Bye.
Fucking hell. But Marvel seems to be at least entertaining. Like, I can sit through it and not... No, that's a lie. There's certain Marvel movies where I've just been a little... God is great, God is good, let us thank him for our food. By his hands we all are fed, give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen. I just imagine like a football game. God is great, God is good, let us thank him for our food. By his hands we shall be fed, give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen, amen, amen. Hoo-ah!
I forgot it halfway through.
Like it's in the military. Hoo-ah, hoo-ah.
Private, whose hand are you fed by?
The Lord, sir! I had the worst smelling fart this morning.
God.
That I've had. No, like, you've smelled my stinky farts before, haven't you, Matt?
I definitely have.
This one this morning, it
Not
only
pleasant.
lasted 5 seconds. It was the worst. It smelled as if someone found my dead body and then they, for some reason, took a pair of pliers, stretched my asshole to like 3 feet.
My God, Ryan.
And stuck their head inside.
Ryan.
and they found out there was a fart bubble still waiting to be released.
Ryan, oh my God, that's disgusting.
It was putrid.
Is that what Don's going to draw for the thumbnail? That picture for the thumbnail?
It was only 5 seconds of smell. But oh my God. I was surprised at the smells that can come from a human body if it is not decomposing.
No, there have really been times, Ryan, where I have genuinely...
I wouldn't know what a decomposing body smells like.
No, of course.
Anyways.
Yeah. I have genuinely had thoughts before where I'm just thinking to myself, is there something wrong with him? Does he need to go to a gastroenterologist? Like, what the hell is going on? Because it's that bad.
Do you have to... Are my farts that bad?
I'm not joking, man. There have been times where I've legitimately thought to myself, like, that's almost not even right. How bad that is.
Well, it's sulfury. This one wasn't even eggy. It was really gross.
This is Ryan reviews farts.
It was bad. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I believe you.
It was so bad that I'm making a point to divert the podcast away from whatever conversation it was. That means it was god awful.
No, that really does mean it was bad. And thank God I was not around for this.
Yeah, the worst part was it was in the humid shower.
Oh God.
So it really I felt it. It felt like I was in a fart. Felt like I was Osmosis Jones in Bill Murray's asshole.
Man, I'd love to go inside of Bill Murray's asshole. I have a couple of least favorites. Little Drummer Boy, because every time that comes on, I'm like,
that's a bad one. I don't like that one.
It's
yeah.
just like, da, 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 da. That's all it is.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. It's just a bunch of people going, that's how it sounds. It's just like so basic and dumb. That's our cover of Little Drummer Boy. I hope you guys like it.
Yeah.
If offered fruitcake, I will eat it. I like it.
Well, my grandmother makes the anti-fruit cake. It's rum cake.
Rum cake? Never had rum cake.
So good.
What's rum cake?
It's just, I don't know how to explain it. Here, I want Google to explain it for me.
Google, show me rum cake.
Rum cake definition. So fucking good. Oh, I'm looking at some rum cake right now. A rum cake is a type of dessert cake which contains rum. There you go, Matt. You know how, like, when a spider latches onto, like, a finger and it just, like, that's how I feel like you'd latch onto someone. Just, like, use your legs and arms and latch onto them and start pounding on them and crawl around their body.
Like,
yeah, just
like slithering and spiraling around them?
Yeah.
Because I always saw myself as if I got into a fight, I would never be intimidating because I'm so thin. I'm so skinny. It's like, oh, of course I could take this guy
She's
on.
got those limbs. It's like, I don't know where the touch will be coming from.
You don't know where the limbs are going to go, man.
Yeah, exactly.
1 second they're here, another second they're 2 miles behind you. How does a monkey sound when it's having sex?
They just, most of the time they're silent. When you watch videos, they're just
That makes it sound like you've watched videos.
I have.
Not even gonna deny it.
I'm not. I've seen monkeys having sex.
Seen my fair share of monkey sex.
I've seen turtles having sex. They go, ah.
See, okay, so if turtles make sounds, why don't monkeys make sounds? Because humans make sounds, of course, and monkeys
Cats make a lot of sound.
Cats are like, I could imagine monkeys just be like, just.
I just picture just,
Fuck yeah.
oh, fuck my monkey pussy.
Did that monkey just say fuck yeah?
Yeah, it's just like,
Dude, I swear I
seriously,
heard it.
guys, look up. Everyone looks and it's like, it's just like,
Everyone looks away, he's like, oh, fuck.
God, take this dick. And there's the female's like, how you enjoying this tight monkey pussy? This dude's like, what the fuck?
Guys, look!
They look and then it's just like, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 74th and final episode of 2017 of SuperMegaCast. I'm Matt Watson.
Said that weird. Could have said this is the final podcast of the year of 2017. But you went, this is the final 2017 year of the podcast.
That's not what I said. That is not what I said.
It was pretty close.
No, I said this is the final
sounding.
podcast of the year 2017.
You didn't say final podcast. You said like this
final
is the
episode
final
of the year 2017.
This is the final year of the episode.
I did not. That is not what I said. I did not say this is the final year of the episode. That makes no sense. But this is the last.
Why'd you say it?
I didn't say it. God, you gaslight me like crazy.
Right from the start.
Oh man, but
I wanna do a sketch comedy in South Carolina with you. Just kind of like take it back to where we both started and make one, because we haven't made a sketch comedy in South Carolina together.
yeah,
That would be cool to just kind of have a setting and shit, because Charleston has a lot of great settings for like a.
Oh, it totally does. Yeah.
Got them plantations, dude.
Yeah, baby.
We're gonna be hiring actors to play slaves, but only white actors because we don't want to be insensitive.
We're whitewashing slaves.
Whitewashing slaves.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
That's a bad one.
Could you imagine?
That would be so bad.
I know. Could you imagine if that like got nominated for an Oscar? It would be this big fucking thing. It's just like, what?
Oh my god, like best actor goes to a white man.
Best actor goes to Jake Gyllenhaal for Uncle Tim. I've only made one song, didn't record it, but it was a song that me and my cousin came up with when we were little lads, probably when I was about waist high to an average adult.
Okay.
You know, super young. We had this, I guess, running game where we would create this episodic journey, you know, make believe, except it was called Mario and Luigi's Adventures, and the theme song went Mario and Luigi's Adventures, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Mario and Luigi's Adventures, da-da-da-da-da-da. Mario and Luigi's Adventures, ba-da-da-da-da-da. But like every time we went ba-da-da-da-da-da, we'd have to freeze in a pose.
Yeah, that's great. I love that, man.
Oh, being a kid. You might need to go to a doctor soon. You might have type 1 diabetes because they were skinny too and they didn't know why they couldn't gain weight. And then they found out it was type 1 diabetes.
Yeah, well, I got a message for you. Only type of diabetes I have is diabetes nuts.
On his mom's face.
No.
No.
It was just a sick burn, and then brought my mother into it.
Then it was a sensual slap on her forehead.
I'm in a slow drag across the face, where I rest one testicle in each eye socket.
Stop! You're talking about your mom.
No,
dude.
I'm not. I'm saying in general.
General.
Okay.
Whatever.
And for a late
General what?
For a great
Sanders?
For a great low rating.
General Sanders.
General Sanders.
Well, I can explain how 2017 feels.
How?
I feel like there's this like a big okay, picture this scene. I'm drinking coffee. No. Let me make it more personal.
Okay.
I'm drinking like a McCafe caramel. What's the Frappuccino? Is that the cold one? The cold icy one?
Yeah, you can get a cold Frappuccino.
Cold Frappuccino with a bunch of whipped cream. I'm enjoying that, sipping on it. And all of a sudden, a huge bomb goes off. And just everything gets thrown around the room. And then there's this ringing stage. All of 2017 is that ringing stage. Just boo, and I'm trying to like figure out what's going on. I'm
Everything's like
everywhere.
ghosting, and you're like,
yeah, exactly. That's what 2017 has felt like for me. I'll be completely honest. Just ooh.
In terms of most entertaining, 2017 has been the best season so far.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, this is insane.
like we all didn't expect the big twist ending in 2001, but. I'm kidding.
I mean, we didn't expect that twist ending.
We did. That's part of the problem.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for a great year. Hope all of you had wonderful holidays, and we hope you have a very fantastic new year. Ryan, would you not chew a fucking Starburst into the microphone as I'm doing the outro? Man, what the fuck, man? I'm doing a fucking outro here.
Your mama's doing an outro.
Nice, dude.
In my butthole.
Is that how we're ending it? Your mama's doing an outro in my butthole? That's how we're ending the last podcast of 2017? All right.
Oh, I love you all. Butthole. Hi, guys. Seriously, thank you for everything. We're walking off stage, guys.